Every day, all around the globe, children who have been orphaned by HIV/AIDS or war, who have been displaced, who have known no other life than that spent in poverty or in refugee camps, hundreds of thousands of these children are becoming healthier and happier. Their communities are growing safer and stronger. They're learning peaceful conflict resolution and social responsibility. They are building a future, all made possible through an organization called Right to Play, through sports universal appeal, through a red ball, and a message powerful in its simplicity and truth. When kids play, the world wins. The unstoppable force behind Right to Play is Johan Olof Koss, the four-time Olympic gold medalist and speed skating legend, who dreamed of how sports could build a better world.
When I was standing on the podium in Lillehammer, and I thought how fortunate I was, and how fortunate we all were, I thought about the opportunity to use sport to teach about life skills, health, community, and cooperation.
The realization of Johan's dream is now an athlete-driven humanitarian organization operating in 20 countries. Right to Play volunteers run sport and play programs that foster healthy physical, social, and emotional development of children, teach life-saving health lessons, and empower communities to build stronger, more peaceful futures. These volunteers train local coaches to run Right to Play programs, ensuring community ownership and sustainable impact.
These have been some of the most disadvantaged children, and yet when you get them out on a field, when you throw a ball around, everybody's smiling, and they're like any other child that you've ever seen before.
Actually, what we've noticed that those ones who are first involved with Right to Play are now better children.
Right to Play is supported by world-renowned athletes who know firsthand the true power of sport.
This is one of the greatest causes that I've ever seen.
As a learning tool, as a tool to actually let kids get out to learn to take care of themselves and other people, it's amazing to see it in action.
It's really good to teach kids a message throughout sports.
Row, row, row your boat. I have seen the value of play. I mean, play for young children is really learning. Children don't develop properly unless they play.
This is what sport is all about. This is why athletes all around the world believe in this.
Right to Play athletes participate in sport festivals. Now, these are where communities are brought together to be immunized against polio and other childhood diseases like measles and TB. Right to Play also harnesses the power of sport to fight AIDS.
When it comes to HIV/AIDS, it has been very good for us to use sports because sports, first of all, mobilizes children and the entire community. After a game like this, children can be gathered together and they can be animated to discuss about prevention of HIV/AIDS, to discuss about the challenges of how children are vulnerable to AIDS, and to be able to look at how within the community to care for those that are infected.
I've seen firsthand how what Right to Play is doing and how they can actually educate about HIV and AIDS.
You'd set it up like British Bulldog. All the kids are at one side, and then the viruses are in the middle chasing the kids.
To see that these kids understand when you have a red ball and it can signify your red blood cells, or the red ball can signify a virus, it definitely has an impact.
Right to Play sport programs also help refugees and former child soldiers overcome trauma and learn about peaceful conflict resolution.
In places where there are children who are scared, children who are disadvantaged, sport helps to find balance again. It also helps to foster tolerance, reconciliation, and I think also that through sport, we can actually find peace and friendship.
If you look behind me now, you have a situation where people are playing sports where there's no sense of the war that they've all just gone through.
Sports help them to forget about the war, put the war at the back of their mind, meet with those they've hurt before, they all become one in sports.
Sport for development is a tool to make the world healthier and safer, to build opportunities for children to grow physically, emotionally, and socially. They can learn respect for themselves, respect for the rules, respect for their teammates, respect for their own communities and other communities. When the kids play, the world wins.
Quand les enfants jouent, le monde gagne.
Als kinderen spelen, wint de wereld.
Når ungene leker, så vinner verden.
Når ungene leker, vinner verden.
When kids play, the world wins.
Kama watoto wanacheza, dunia inashinda.
When the kids play, the world wins.
When kids play, the world wins.